Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy MF Crypto here, aka Quant, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Quant fam community. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. I have the single most explosive Quant network video update for you today. Insane bullish update. Quant Network announces Overledger Fusion, a new digital finance frontier. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been a lazy sack of shit for the better part of 2 months now. Daddy is officially back in the saddle. So let's not delay any further. Let's dive directly into this monumental Quant Network news update. We're currently trading at $111.25, up about 16% on the daily. Switching gears over to the weekly chart, ladies and gentlemen, massive rocket propulsion mission here from down around 94.20 all the way up to that high of 112.50. Ladies and gentlemen, 110 is the critical marker. If we can gain support and have that underlying level beneath us at 110, we are off to the races. I have much higher targets from here. This was the single most explosive and bullish crypto news update in the history of blockchain. Let's dive directly into it right now. This is from the head honcho himself, Big Papa Gilbert Verdian at G Verdian over here on Twitter, announcing Overledger Fusion, the world's first layer 2.5 network for institutions and DeFi. This is going to blow your balls off, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen this update as of yet, let Big Papa break it down for you. He shepherds the flock. He's here for you. Don't ever get it twisted. Today we're unveiling our plans for Overledger Fusion, our groundbreaking layer 2.5 network designed to unlock the full potential of public blockchains for institutions, enterprises, and DeFi ecosystems. At the heart of Overledger Fusion is the Overledger platform itself and our patented multi-ledger rollup technology, which creates a multi-chain rollup network that operates seamlessly across existing layer 1 blockchains. This unique approach bridges the gap between private and public networks, ensuring the scalability, compliance, privacy, and interoperability required by today's most demanding use cases. Why it matters. The current generation of layer 1 blockchains has successfully demonstrated the value of decentralized systems, resilient, distributed, and secure environments that facilitate the transfer of digital value. Yet, for mainstream institutional adoption, critical challenges remain unsolved. Here's where Quant Network's patented Overledger, and most recently, Overledger Fusion system comes into play. Overledger Fusion is designed to meet growing institutional demand by solving the core limitations of today's public blockchain infrastructure, which continue to be barriers to wide-scale institutional adoption and implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the true quantum leap into the new digital financial infrastructure of planet Earth. I've continued to deliver the uncut raw, and this is single-handedly the biggest update since Quant Network's inception. You guys should be very excited from this point forward because we are about to put it into quantum overdrive. Current barriers to public blockchain adoption, node compliance risks. Institutions cannot determine where public layer 1 nodes are hosted or who controls them. This poses unacceptable risks, especially if nodes are based in sanctioned jurisdictions. As I have always maintained from the start of this YouTube channel, institutions need to know that everything is ironed out behind the scenes. zero safety risk, zero exposure to clientele. This is exactly what Overledger Fusion has just solved. Privacy exposure, public visibility of smart contracts, wallet activity, and transactions can expose sensitive commercial information and client data. Security gaps, enterprise-grade access controls, key management, and secure integration into public chains are difficult to achieve at scale. Limited interoperability. Today's one-to-one bridging solutions like Mint, Burn, or Wrapped assets are cumbersome and limit asset movement across chains. Single-chain rollups are isolated deployments, constrain asset functionality and reach. Scalability bottlenecks. You've heard me say the word bottleneck so many times on this channel. They have solved it in its entirety. Layer 1 networks grow linearly through individual node addition. In contrast, a network of networks approach, like Fusion's, enables exponential growth by connecting networks themselves. The network of networks. This is the cream of the crop, the number one digital asset, and the number one asset on planet Earth. Don't ever get it twisted. Key drivers behind institutional adoption. Institutions including banks, fintechs, asset managers, exchanges, and corporates are eager to adopt public blockchain technology, but face serious barriers. And they have been talking with these companies and these Fortune 500 institutions behind the scenes. They have developed their relationships. This is a much different Quant network than we saw just a year or 2 years ago. This is a major fat cat power player in the game. Regulatory compliance. Institutions require assurance regarding node location and jurisdiction, critical for AML, KYC, and sanctions compliance. Data privacy. Enterprises must protect confidential transactions and business-sensitive data from being exposed on public ledgers. Security. Robust identity management, authentication, and key control systems are essential to safeguard high-value operations. Interoperability. Demand is rising for solutions that securely connect private DLTs with public blockchains. Scalability. Institutions want networks that scale beyond the limitations of single-chain rollups and isolated layer ones, ideally through a multi-chain ecosystem. Pay attention to this section, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ultimate hammer drop right here. The Overledger Fusion solution. Overledger Fusion introduces a new paradigm in blockchain architecture, offering a layer 2.5 multi-chain rollup network that delivers enhanced capabilities over existing single-chain layer 2s. A secure pathway for institutions, enterprises, and DeFi users to interact with public blockchains while maintaining regulatory compliance and privacy. The ability for institutions to connect private DLTs and assets to public chains without compromising control. QuantFlow users can integrate Fusion to enhance public blockchain access and expand their PayScript capabilities. Faster, cheaper, scalable transactions across multiple layer 1 chains. Natively multi-chain digital assets with secured any-to-any interoperability, no reliance on one-to-one bridges. DeFi users can deposit, interact, and withdraw assets across chains using the Fusion Layer 2.5 network, moving beyond the limitations of single-chain rollups. QNT is the native token powering and securing the network. All institutions, enterprises, and DeFi participants use QNT to transact within Fusion. Quant token mandatory. I've always maintained it. Here it is, in broad daylight. As Big Papa said, the greatest asset on planet Earth. In order to utilize this incredible advancement in digital financial technology, you must utilize the QNT token. Give yourselves a round of applause right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. You have made it. Now, we are extremely early even at this point, but things will ramp up in a significant manner from here, as I expect the global markets to see a cataclysmic deconstruction from its current price points right now across the board, all assets. This is going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and the new financial system can only come online once the current archaic financial system is reduced to rubble. Let me say that one more time. The current system must be reduced to rubble before this digital architecture and financial infrastructure can come online. Gilbert has all his ducks in a row. Do you? Finally, The big cherry on top trusted node program. Overledger Fusion is powered by a flexible and incentivized network of trusted node operators fit for institutional use. Key features include decentralized control. Approved node operators determine which underlying blockchains to host. Flexible onboarding. Onboard new ledgers with ease via bring your own node and bring your own connector capabilities. Granular access control. Define organizational and cross-organizational permissions using customizable API key roles and gateway rules. Incentivized participation. Approved node operators of the Layer 2.5 network can determine the underlying blockchains to host to expand the reach of the Layer 2.5 network, leveraging our previous thinking and experiments in remote connector gateways from 2021, as well as rewards in QNT. Node operators can stake QNT for transaction priority from the transactions their nodes process. And I told you this over a half a year ago. Quant gateway staking is confirmed. Gilbert has just put it on the line for you. I would never lead the flock astray. Big Papa Quantstradamus always delivers the real. And here you go, right here from the head honcho himself, telling you that you will receive QNT rewards via staking. It's all coming to a head, ladies and gentlemen. Please pay attention, and please continue to DCA dollar cost average into this asset if you believe in it as much as Big Papa Quantstradamus does. What's next? The rollout of Overledger Fusion by Quant Network begins in June 2025. That is less than a week away. With a phased delivery of core features in the Trusted Node program, each release will expand capabilities, laying the foundation for a truly interoperable, scalable, and secure blockchain infrastructure tailored for institutional and DeFi growth. Overledger Fusion marks the beginning of a new era, a universal multi-chain Layer 2.5 designed to make public blockchains enterprise-ready and mainstream. Stay tuned as we reshape the future of decentralized finance and digital infrastructure. Mic drop, ladies and gentlemen. What more can I say? But let's go over to an exceptional thread by none other than @Wanjarl over here on Twitter. We're going to go through this at a brisk pace, but very important for you to understand exactly what is going on and what QuantFlow and PayScript is and what it means for the future of digital assets. Think of each blockchain as its own airport. Every airport handles flights, transactions locally in its own schedule. That works fine until you need to coordinate flights across multiple airports at the same time. Excellent way for you to make the connection in your mind. QuantFlow and PayScript, Quant's Overledger Fusion, and its similarity to individualized airports and how this new technological revolution, this quantum leap, if you will, is going to bring it all together seamlessly and completely eliminate bottlenecking forever. A bank might want to move tokenized deposits from Ethereum to Hyperledger or do a swap involving multiple networks. If each airport runs independently, confusion can arise. Which transaction came first, or did one fail? Enter Overledger by Quant, a universal control tower. It doesn't replace airports but listens to them all, filters duplicates, forks, and creates one unified timeline, so you see which transactions happen, when, and where. Crucially, Overledger is not another blockchain. There are no miners, no consensus algorithm. It is an off-chain layer that gathers events from different chains and produces a single tamper-evident record of those events. Why keep a single record? Banks require clear, auditable proof of every operation. In fact, Quant has a U.S. patent describing how to chronologically order transactions from various chains and create a tamper-proof log. Ladies and gentlemen, important side note, Overledger was always created with one main overarching thing in mind. That is enterprise grade. Banks, financial institutions being catered to. That was always the mission from day one. Everything trickles down from there. This is a serious heavyweight in the game. And you need to be paying attention in a serious manner right here, right now, or you're going to lose out on the greatest chance for generational wealth that you will ever see in your lifetime. Combine that with PayScript, Quant's groovy-based scripting language for defining your payment logic. You can set rules for when and how to move money, such as paying employees on a specific date or triggering a swap when an exchange rate hits a threshold. Imagine a cross-chain swap. PayScript says, swap token A on chain 1 for token B on chain 2. Overledger coordinates the process by submitting transactions to each chain, waits for confirmations, then logs that the entire swap is successfully completed. This notification goes to the bank's core system, which updates the respective balances. The bank does not need to monitor every blockchain or handle forks directly. Overledger ensures a reliable, unified feed of all events. It is going to be the backbone for the entire future financial core system of planet Earth. Burn that into your brains right here, right now. This is extremely valuable for traditional banks that must meet regulatory and audit requirements. Overledger can show precisely when each transaction took place, even if different blockchains run at different speeds or experience reorganizations. Quant tested this with central banks, e.g. Bank of England and BIS, or the Bank for International Settlements, Project Rosalind, to enable programmable payments. That credibility is huge. Overledger and PayScript lets banks adopt these innovations without ripping out their core. In practical terms, PayScript is a simple if this then that style language for finance. Overledger handles the multi-chain interactions underneath. The bank's core system remains in control and can leverage multi-chain processes without the usual complexity. Overledger's log is kept off-chain. It just organizes, verifies, and audits cross-chain activities, providing exactly what a bank needs for programmable operations across different blockchains. Overledger turns the blockchain jungle into controlled airspace. Each chain is an airport. PayScript makes flight plans, Overledger is the tower, and the core banking system is the airline's reservation desk. The best part is that the bank does not have to throw away its existing infrastructure. Overledger works as an overlay. If they ever decide to tokenize assets or leverage stablecoins in the future, they can do so with minimal disruption. In short, Overledger orders events from different blockchains. PayScript provides the payment logic, and the core banking system maintains overall control. This is how traditional finance can integrate with the blockchain world in a practical and fully auditable way. Ladies and gentlemen, and look at who signs off and approves of this post. None other than the man, Big Papa Gilbert Verdian. Guys, it's all coming together. Our patience has paid off. If you are still sidelined, ladies and gentlemen, DCA is your best friend now and forever moving forward. Dollar cost average into this asset. You cannot go wrong. This is the overarching network of networks. If you take nothing else away from this entire channel or this video, know this. You are on the precipice of a generational wealth paradigm. Do not, under any circumstances, allow that opportunity to pass you by. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father, the #1 source for all your Quant Network news. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed? You're not being prodded. You're not given a reward. Nobody's encouraging you. What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you are a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.